I have created the perfect player. I have made him Filipino. I am going to put him in the Philippines, and we are going to see how his career pans out. So here is our perfect player. I have made him a striker because I think that's the most interesting as far as being able to look at his stats are concerned. I have made him a 15-year-old Filipino, and after this, I am going to place him at Mendiola FC, which is a semi-professional club in the Philippines, who I'm actually doing my Let's Play series with. So if you're interested in that, you can watch that. But we're going to start him there, and we are going to see how his career pans out. So this is our player. He's the perfect player. So he has 20s for all of his technical, mental, and physical attributes. And I have frozen his attributes. So this means that his attributes will stay perfect throughout the entirety of his career until he retires. Additionally, I have given him 200 current ability, 200 potential ability, and perfect hidden attributes. So he is, as we can see here, a model citizen. He's both footed. He has perfect hidden attributes. So this is truly the perfect player. And with that, I am going to start our perfect player again in the Philippines Football League with Mendiola. As we can see here, Mendiola is a semi-professional side in the Philippines Football League. And if we look at the season preview, yeah, Mendiola are the worst team kind of by far in the Philippines Football League. So we're going to see what the perfect player can do at Mendiola. And inevitably, he's going to leave. He's probably going to go to Europe. So I'm sure he'll be at Mendiola for at least a couple of seasons. So we'll see how he does after 2 or 3 seasons or so. And then we'll look at his career trajectory from there. So we're in July 2023 right now. Let's start off by going 3 years into the future to the point where our perfect player might have moved on from the Philippines and gone to Europe. But let's see how he did in the Philippines and let's see how his career is starting in Europe. So I'm going to sim forward to 2025 and I will see you all then. Welcome back. We're actually July 2026. I can't do math. I can't apparently do 3 plus 3, but we are in 2026, and it looks like the perfect player has moved to Bayern Munich. So our perfect player is now in Europe. But before we look and see how they're doing at Bayern, let's see how they did at Mendiola. So it looks like our perfect player moved to Bayern in the third season. So they spent 2 seasons at Mendiola. Wow, where they were definitely brilliant. Super high average, unsurprisingly. I mean, really high average ratings, player of the match awards, 22 goals and 25 goals. Yeah, they were pretty good. How did Mendiola do? I think that's a question worth asking. So how'd they do in the previous seasons? So they didn't finish last. They actually got 5 wins, 4 draws, 15 losses. So they did pretty well in season one, all things considered. And season two, they finished fourth. They were fantastic. The perfect player definitely helping Mendiola do better. Let's look at the award winners. No surprise, Philippines Football League Player of the Year went to the perfect player both years. Was he the young player of the year? Obviously. Was he the top goal scorer? Definitely. So no surprises across the board there. I'm also curious to see how they did in maybe the PFL Cup, but it looks like they lost to Forza in the third round. And the following season, oh, they lost in the PFL Cup final. What a story that would have been. Oh, if the perfect player could have, that would have been huge. The perfect play. That's phenomenal for how bad Mendiola is in game, not real life, but in game, for the perfect player to lead them to the PFL Cup final. Absolutely phenomenal. So looking at his history, he broke the PFL record for youngest player to score in a match, made his senior debut, youngest player for Mendiola. Oh, he started playing for the Philippines. He broke the Asian Games record for the youngest player to score in a match. That's very interesting. So breaking a lot of youngest player records. He was the captain of Mendiola. Um, he broke the record for records for assists for the Philippines. So he's already getting caps for the Philippines. I think he said he has 22 caps and 22 goals already. So he's already doing well there. He's already the Philippines vice captain, so he's doing absolutely phenomenal in that sense. Looking at the competitions, oh, he's already won the Bundesliga. So he's already won the Bundesliga with Bayern. So I'm curious to see though what his contract. So he's only on 12,000 per week. I'll be curious to see how much that goes up considering he's the perfect player. But obviously he wasn't really making anything at Mendiola. But they're already Bundesliga champions. So if we look at Bayern, how did they do last season? So looking at how they did, they won the Bundesliga, they made the Champions League quarterfinals, and the perfect player was playing in that, but they lost on pens. The perfect player did score his pen. But did they win any? They didn't win anything else. They lost in the DFB Pokal, and they did win the Super Cup, but maybe the perfect player wasn't playing at this point. So certainly there's still a long way to go here, but the perfect player has already won the Bundesliga at Bayern and did really well at Mendiola. So we're 3 years in, our perfect player is 18 years old. So at this point, he's at Bayern. I really don't anticipate him moving. So maybe we go 10 years into the future. Let's go into the prime of his career around 28 years old, see how he's doing then. Welcome back. We are in the year 2036. Our perfect player is in the prime of his career at 28 years old. And sure enough, he is still at Bayern. Let's see how he's done. He's on a contract of 350,000 per week, and he's just signed a new one. My boy's making bank. So last we saw him, he had 14 appearances and 8 goals, and since then he has been very good. I'm surprised he hasn't had a 30 goal scoring season, to be honest, like in the league. But yeah, he has been phenomenally good with huge goal scoring records. This is a really good player. A lot of assists, 269 league goals and 369 appearances, a 7.58 average rating. I think he's doing all right. Although I will say the most interesting thing I'm seeing here, yeah, they haven't played a striker. Why can he play as a makeshift left wing back? What on earth was he doing there? That's so confusing. Anywho, let's look at some of those milestones. So last we saw him, he's now the Philippines captain. No surprise there. He broke the highest record rating for Bayern. He's the Bayern vice captain. He's already got the Philippines record for most goals with 50. He did it at 22 years old. He scored 6 goals against Pakistan. Yeah, he's pretty insane. Looking at his competitions, or let's look at all, actually. Let's look at all. So, what has he won? Wow, 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 he's won a lot. All right, let's start at the beginning. Where were we at before? Phenomenal player, my word. All right, Bundesliga champions, German Super Cup winners, 2026 European Golden Boy. No surprise there. He's winning everything. Bundesliga champions, German Serie. I don't see a Champions League. Oh, just when I said that. Yep, there it is. All right. Our perfect player has the Champions League, the Bundesliga, Super Cup, German Super Cup. Wow, what a player. Club World Championship, third place. Bundesliga. Wait, they didn't win the Bundesliga one year? Why don't we just look at the Bundesliga? So looking at past winners of the Bundesliga. Oh, RB Leipzig pipped them a couple of times. Wow. But otherwise, I mean, they've dominated. Why don't we just look at the UEFA Champions League as well? These are the ones we're curious about. How has he done there? So he's won the one Champions League. He's only won two Champions League. Maybe I was expecting a little more. PSG's won a bunch of Champions Leagues. Wow. Well, two Champions Leagues and a number of Bundesligas, so he's doing very well. I am disappointed to say though. I mean, Kylian Mbappe and Lamine Yamal are great players. What is Lamine Yamal's? But like, how has he not won? He didn't even finish in the top. How is he not in the conversation for World Player of the Year? I'm genuinely, how good is Mbappe? Like, I mean, Mbappe was good. What is happening? How good is Lamine Yamal? Like, the perfect player is so much is Jude Bellingham? Like, is he insane? I mean, these are good players, but how on earth is the perfect player not winning the World Player of the Year or the Ballon? This is the perfect play. How is another region doing better than him? I'm so like they aren't as good as him. How is that possible? Did he at least win the next gen? Oh, what? I've never in the perfect player experiments I've done, I have never seen this before. At least he won the U21 Player of the Year award. How has he not won anything? As far as individual awards are concerned, this is shocking. You have the best player in the world, and he's not in the World Team of the Year. I don't know what to tell you guys. I know that there's a lot of competition for the striking positions, but this is the best player of all time. I'm shocked. Also, if you're wondering how he's done for the Philippines, we are going to look at that later. We'll look at that at the very end of this experiment. But with these crazy average ratings and the high goal totals, I don't know how the perfect player hasn't won a Ballon d'Or. Um, and he is 28, like he's in the prime of his career. So I don't know when he's gonna win it, but we're at 28. We're in the prime. There's really nowhere to go but to the end of his career at this point. So I'm gonna sim forward until the perfect player retires, and we'll see what his career looks like then. And hopefully he's won a Ballon d'Or. I'll be shocked if he doesn't win a Ballon d'Or. Welcome back. We are in the year 2047. The perfect player retired at the ripe old age of 39 years old. He ended up with 118 caps and 135 goals. And he is now, yeah, he was the perfect player. I wouldn't say, looking at this, that he's the perfect head coach. Although, to be honest, I could totally use him in my Mendiola save. He's better than the coaches that I have. Looking at his career stats, I think he actually got better than the last time we saw him. So the last time we saw him, he was in 2036 around here. He had a few struggling seasons after that, and then he absolutely took off. He got significantly more goals with age. 229 goal seasons. Surely that was enough to win the Ballon d'Or at some point. But 516 league goals, 719 league appearances, and a 7.56 overall rating. Pretty solid for the perfect player. As you can see, he just retired, and looking at his milestones, in his final season, he was the Bundesliga top scorer, and he was the winner of the Champions League and the Bundesliga. So he did the double, not too bad. We'll definitely look and see how he did there. Looks like he won some other Champions League, some DFB Pokals, of course, a lot of Bundesligas. Let's take a look at the Bundesliga. Wow. So Bayern won it, then Dortmund won it, and then Bayern went on a long streak. Again, unsurprisingly, he won a ton of those. Let us look at the Champions League, because this is the big one of them all. And he did much better. 2037, winning the Champions League. 2039, 40, 40, 41. So it looks like we got 5 more Champions Leagues for the perfect player. So he ended up with maybe seven Champions Leagues. Yeah, that's pretty good. And I'm curious to see if the perfect player scored, and sure enough, in the last Champions League final, a 4-0 victory, the perfect player getting 2 goals. After that, the perfect player scoring again in a 2-0 victory over Villarreal. And then when was their other Champions League victories? Oh, they lost in the Champions League final too. The perfect player not scoring in that one. They did beat Man City. Perfect player not scoring that one, but he did score in the recent ones. Perfect player beating Manchester United. Very interesting there. So it looks like the perfect player definitely had some big important contributions, again, scoring a pen there. So he scored a number of Champions League finals. I'd say he did all right. So his biography is definitely something that I am curious about seeing. So looking at his career here, he made his debut for the Philippines. Again, 118 caps, 135 goals. Yeah, that's very good. So during his tenure, 45 competition wins, 17 Bundesligas, 12 German Super Cups, 7 DFB Pokals, 2 UEFA Super Cups, and 7 UEFA Champions Leagues. A round of applause for our perfect player. That's phenomenal. All right, the big question is, did he win World Footballer of the Year? He did, but there's no way that he only won it. How did he not win it every year? 1, 2, 3, 4. He only won 4. How is that possible? In all the other perfect player experiments I did in FM23, the perfect players were winning all of them. We have the perfectest of perfect players, and he won 4 World Footballer of the Years. He didn't win a golden ball. He didn't win about the Ballon d'Or's rigged. The Ballon d'Or is rigged. There's is this guy at 200 current ability? He's 182. The Ballon d'Or's rigged. The fact that the perfect player didn't win the Ballon d'Or is rigged. The Ballon d'Or is broken. I don't know what to tell you guys. That's insane. That's just ridiculous. Finally, he was making it in the World Team of the Year. Again, not enough. The fact that he missed out on any of them is crazy. I don't. He should have won more. He's a 200 cards ability perfect player. The fact that he didn't win more is beyond me. But all of that doesn't take away from the fantastic career that the perfect player had. But our big question is, how did he do for the Philippines? And looking at this, world ranking 75th, we start off at like the 120s, 130s. Yeah, he did really well. I went to the wrong place here. I need to look at world rankings. So we got up to 71. And that probably, all right. So the perfect player definitely helped boost the profile of the Philippines. Did we ever win anything? No, no, we didn't. Aha. All right. Well, we got two Peace Cups, which is what we have at the beginning. So we didn't win a Southeast Asian Games. We didn't win an Asian Cup. We obviously didn't win a World Cup. But let's look and see how we did. So I don't know when the perfect player would have retired, but I'm gonna say around probably this time is when the perfect player would have still been around. So let's take a look and see how we did. Yeah, we lost in the Asian Cup second round, so no Asian Cup victory. Lost in the Asian Cup second round to Saudi Arabia. Perfect player was playing at this point, so nothing there. We are all the way back in 2033 at this point, so I don't have a whole lot. Asian Cup quarterfinal. That's not bad. And the perfect player with a hat trick to get us through. All right, that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, we made the Cup! World Cup! And the perfect player scored in the World Cup. Oh, wow! Oh, I don't even. I always get so excited seeing the Philippines make the World Cup. So this did not happen in FM 23. The perfect player did not lead the Philippines to the World Cup, but we have the Philippines in a World Cup and we got a draw. We didn't even lose. And this is a recent. Wow. And it was, wow. Oh, wow. So the perfect player scored the first ever Filipino goal in a World Cup in the first match. He scored again in the second match, and we actually got a draw to Switzerland. We got a point. We didn't even lose. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, and we made it. Oh, we lost in the Asian Cup. Wow, we did really good at the beginning. We made an Asian Cup semifinal. Oh, wow. So going all the way back. Yeah, okay. So this is all the way back to the beginning. So I think 2026 would have been the World Cup. We didn't make that one, but we did fantastically well in the Asian Cup semifinal. And then moving forward to 2030, we made the World Cup. What a career. He should have won a Ballon d'Or just off of getting the Philippines to the World Cup alone. Amazing. Wow. Okay. The perfect player did it. What a phenomenal career. Well, that was definitely the highlight of this save for sure. I'm going to leave his biography up here in case you would like to read it. But that was our Filipino perfect player starting off in the Philippines. He started off at Mendiola, led them to a PFL Cup final despite losing there. Then he moved to Bayern, where he had a phenomenal career, 45 competition wins, and he had a very successful career for the Philippines, 118 appearances, 135 goals, and an appearance at the World Cup. Can't ask for much better than that. And on that note, I hope you all have enjoyed this video. This is actually this is the first video I ever did on this channel. So it's really cool to be able to do it again in FM 24 with some very different results that we saw in FM 23. So I hope you have enjoyed that. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. I hope you all are having a wonderful week, and I will see you all next time. Bye.